Hey there folks, how's it going? It's NotSoLivid, and welcome back to Season 3 of Pokemarch Madness. I was actually planning to watch the Genshin 2.6 livestream, but they friggin' nuked the VOD, so I guess I'm not gonna do that, and now we're doing this. Today, we're gonna be taking a look at the Elite Four members, which essentially is gonna come down to me picking the design and team that I like the most. For a lot of them, there's not too much more to go off of. Alola's kind of an exception to that, and then there's a few others who are small exceptions to that. But generally speaking, they just exist as a person you have to beat. And before I forget, friends of the channel, Reese and Josh, are doing this as well. Links to them will be in the description. Go check out their brackets and whatnot, and go give them some love. I think total we ended up with 28, and the 4 buys are Lance, Agatha, Lorelei, and Koga, because I messed up and it was supposed to be Bruno. Because they're the OGs. I don't know, my brain broke, so Koga got a buy instead. Oopsies, it's a little too late to fix that now. Let us begin, because we have a lot to go through. Malva versus Marshall. Malva is a Fire-type Elite Four member from Kalos, and Marshall is Fighting type from Unova. I don't particularly care for either of them. Is Malva like a member of Team Flare or something? She looks like she would be. Pyroar, Torkoal, Chandelure, and Talonflame. What do you have, Marshall? Let's get this out of the way now, because Marshall has like 7 different teams. I'll look at their initial teams and just pick whichever one I like the most. So like in Marshall's case, I'm gonna pick the one that has a Lucario. Because the other ones have 4, and I'd rather pick the one with 5 and a Lucario. Sock, Throw, Lucario, Mienshao, and Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr. Man, I don't really care who wins this. I think I'm gonna just give it to Malva because she has a Chandelure, and I like Chandelure. Next up, Lucian versus Olivia. Lucian is Gen 4? Psychic, okay. And Olivia is Rock type from Gen 7? Rock type, I think? Relicanth, Probopass, Alolan Golem, Lycanroc, and Carbink? Yeah, Carbink. It's hard to see, it's so small. It's so small, dude. I'm not a huge fan of rock types in general. Let's look at Lucian. Let's see what you got going on, Lucian. Oh no, Olivia, oh no. Oh no. This is unfortunate for you, I think. Lucian has a Mr. Mime, which I don't care about, Espeon, Alakazam, Gallade, and a Bronzong. That's gonna be a dub. You're getting hard carried by your team, Lucian. Hard carried, because I couldn't care less about how you look. It's not possible to care less. I'm sorry, Olivia. Josh is gonna be mad. Josh is gonna be very upset with this turn of events. Oh no. Hala versus Phoebe. Hala is, dude, that beats me. What type? Fighting? Yeah, he's fighting type. I already said I'm not a huge fan of fighting types. I am, however, a very big fan of ghost types. Hariyama, Primeape, Beware, Poliwrath, and Crabominable. Crabominable's a strange Pokemon. I don't like how it looks. Phoebe, what's your team? Hopefully you have a team that isn't as repetitive as what I remember. Otherwise you're in trouble. Team's a little less repetitive in Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, so that's good. That's good. Still has 2 Banets, has a Dusclops, a Sableye, so that's all the same, but has a Dusknoir instead of a second Dusclops, which I support. Also, I just really like Phoebe's design. Hala's just an old man who fights with fighting types. I'm gonna pick Phoebe. Let's move on. Karen versus Vikstrom. Dude, who the heck is Vikstrom? If I don't know him, they gotta be from Gen 6, right? He's gonna be Gen 6? Yeah, he's Gen 6. Steel type, interesting. Klefki, Probopass, Scizor, and Aegislash, not super interesting to me. And I also don't really care about, like, is he like a knight or something? What's going on with that? I'm not really a fan. His hair is kind of wonky. He's got like a big star on his forehead. I don't know what's going on with him. He's a strange one. Karen, Dark type from Johto. Honestly, I don't even have to look at Karen's team to know I'm gonna pick Karen, but just for the sake of saying it in this first round. Her team is Umbreon, Vileplume, I don't know why that, Murkrow, Gengar, and Houndoom. Her rematch team is sick though. Well, it's not even a rematch team, it's just after 16 badges. You know what? I'm gonna count it. This is gonna be her team. Her team is Weavile, Spiritomb, Absol, Honchkrow, Houndoom, Umbreon. That's the team I'm considering for her. And that's a sick team. You're gonna learn throughout this what types I have an affinity for. For instance, psychic types, and dark types, and ghost types. I like those 3 quite a bit. Next up, Bertha versus Drake. Bertha is ground type. I almost said earth type. What the heck is wrong with me? She's rocking Quagsire, Sudowoodo. What the heck is that doing here? Actually, no, she's not. Because I don't like this team. You know what team I do like? Shocker, I like her Platinum team. Because the Platinum teams are great, just across the board. Gliscor, a Hippowdon, a Rhyperior, a Whiscash, and a Golem. That is a team. And Drake, obviously, Dragon type from Gen 3. Shelgon, Altaria, Kingdra, Flygon, Salamence. Listen, he's a cool sailor dude with Dragon types. You gotta pick Drake. You gotta pick Drake over Bertha. Chantal versus Molayne. Chantal is from Gen 5, Ghost type, and Molayne is from Gen 7. I don't know what type he is. Let's find out together, shall we? Never mind. Yes, he is from Gen 7. Oh, that's right. Alola's wonky and they have 2 different Elite Fours because they got Hala in one and then Hala gets replaced with Molayne, who is a Steel type. Okay, he's got a cool Steel type team. Much better than Stinky Vikstrom, who had a garbage trash team, but I don't much care for his design. Chantal, however, I quite like her design. Let's look at Molayne's team real quick. Klefki, Bisharp, which is sick, Magnezone, which is sick, Metagross, which is sick, and Alolan Dugtrio, which I have no real opinion on. I think the hair's kind of cool though. Now, Chantal, I don't remember your team. You gotta have a pretty good team, let's hope, because looks can only take you so far. Listen, I know I said with Marshall that I was just gonna pick the best initial team. I'm making a change to that. I'm picking my favorite team out of all of their teams that are listed. That wouldn't have changed anything for Marshall. Chantal, maybe it will. Maybe it will. Because she has a Frostlass in her rematch teams, and I am a very big fan of Frostlass. She's also got a Chandelure. Ooh, okay. Golurk, which I don't really know how I feel about. Drifblim, scary Pokemon with scary, like, Pokedex entries. Jellicent, I think also a scary Pokemon with scary Pokedex entries. And Kofagrigus, which I kind of like. I actually kind of like Kofagrigus. I'm gonna pick Chantal. Sorry, Molayne. Your team is cool, though. You got a cool team, Molayne. I just like how Chantal looks. Next up, Glacia versus Aaron. Who the heck is Aaron? Gen 4? I'm very unfamiliar with Gen 4's Elite Four. I don't know why. And Glacia's Hoenn. Aaron is Bug type. What's your Platinum team? Because obviously that's the team I'm going with. Yanmega, Heracross, Vespiquen, Scizor, and Drapion. Drapion is whatever. I love Vespiquen. Yanmega's cool. I know a lot of people really like Yanmega. I am okay with Yanmega. Heracross is cool. Scizor is kind of cool. Glacia, what do you got going on? Yeti, aka Abomasnow, Beartic, Frostlass. Okay, dude. Alright, bringing out the big guns. Vanillux, Walrein, Glalie. I have memories of Glacia, and a lot of them end in me getting sheer colded by her Walrein over and over and over. I think I'm gonna pick Glacia. She strikes me as the harder fight, and I like her team. Aaron's really only got Vespiquen going for me. The other ones are just sort of ones I'm not necessarily gigantic fans of, so I'm gonna go with Glacia because of the trauma that she's caused me. Next up, Caitlyn versus Seabold, who once again is an individual I do not know, therefore he's probably Gen 6. If I had to guess, Caitlyn, Psychic type, Musharna, Reuniclus, Alakazam, Gallade, Gothitelle, Metagross. That's a good team. Seabold, you got a lot to make up for here. What do you got? Water type, you have 4 Pokemon. What are you doing, Kalos? What in the world? Why would they give their Elite Four members literally, like, a bunch of the other ones? They've got, like, rematch teams and all this other stuff. Gen 6 is just 4 Pokemon. That's it. There's no rematches or anything. They just have 4 Pokemon. That's all. That's so lame. That's actually... And I didn't know this. That's so lame. It makes me dislike the gen and want to play it even less. Why would you do this? The game's already easy mode. You don't need to make it easiest mode. I don't even know what these 2 Pokemon are. Is this like Barbaracle? What the heck is that? Freaking 4 arms weirdo? Clawitzer. I've never heard of that Pokemon in my life, dude. I'm not gonna pick you, Seabold. Your team's stupid. You got a Gyarados and a Starmie, which are cool. I don't know what the other 2 even are. I'm gonna pick Caitlyn. Caitlyn's kind of interesting because she actually shows up originally in, oh gosh, Battle Frontier from Owen, and then comes back in Gen 5, obviously, as an Elite Four member, which is cool. She's Sleepy Lady. I remember, she's Sleepy Lady. Her little room is just like a bed, tired, sleepy lady with lots of hair, and she's got a big hat, dude. I've already said my piece on how I feel about big hats. Caitlyn, things are looking good for you. Psychic type, big hat, sleepy. All good qualities to have in a character. Next up, Acerola and Will. Listen, I'm just gonna save time, and I'm just gonna tell you it's Acerola. Spoilers! Acerola won last year for Alola. She could very well win this one too, honestly. She could. To be determined, but she could. I think she's so adorable. And she's Ghost type. I love her team. Her team's great. Let's look at her team. I don't know if off the top of my head, but I remember I love her team. Sableye, Delmise, Frostlass, Driftblim, and Sandcastle Pokemon. Palosand. I'm very knowledgeable on the later gens, can't you tell? Bruno versus Drazna. I don't know who Drazna is, but from the name, I'm gonna guess... Well, first of all, I'm gonna guess that she's Gen 6, and from the name, I'm gonna guess that she's Dragon type. Bruno, you might have gotten very unlucky here. Okay, Bruno. Bruno, I'm gonna pick the best team you have. I'm going to pick the best team that you have. Let's hope, for your sake, is gonna be enough. Do I go Gen 1 or do I go Gen 2? I think I go Gen 2. Gen 2 remakes, to be precise. Gen 2 remakes rematch, to be extra precise. Hitmontop, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Hariyama, Machamp, and Lucario. Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. You got the 6-mon advantage. You're also big, strong, cool karate man. Can you beat Dragon type lady who I know nothing about? She has whatever this Pokemon is. Dragalge? Is this the one with like the weird little tail thing that's all curly? I'm gonna actually click on you. Yeah, it's the one with the weird little tail thing that's all curly. Druddigon? Not a huge fan one way or the other. Altaria and Noivern. Noivern's an interesting one. I actually kind of like Noivern, even though I don't think I've played a game where it's been in the game. Apparently it's in Gen 7. Beats me as to where. I certainly never found one or used one, but I think it's a really cool Pokemon. Maybe I just like bats. I think that's what I'm coming to realize. I think I just like bats. I think bats are cool because obviously I'm a huge fan of Crobat, and we'll get to that in a later round when we get to an individual who has a Crobat. You know, I'm gonna pick Bruno. I just like Bruno's vibe. Bruno's just got a good vibe. Next up, we got Flint versus Sydney. Flint is so lucky that Platinum is a thing because his Diamond Pearl team, from what I recall, is so just nonsensical because there's just no fire types. There's just no fire types in Gen 4. I don't know what happened. I don't know what they were doing. They just forgot fire types existed. They're like, you have your starter and you have Ponyta and Rapidash. That's all. That's all you get. Those are your 4 fire types for the game. Have fun. I'm just gonna read off his Diamond Pearl team because it's so just laughably bad. Rapidash and Fernape. They have to give him the starter because there's literally no other fire types. Steelix. which, what the heck? Lopunny? What the heck? And Drifblim? What in the world is this wacko team? Flint, you're a Fire-type Elite Four member. What are you doing? They fixed it in Platinum, at least. But holy cow, man. He's got Rapidash, and this is the team we're gonna actually consider. Rapidash, Infernape, still got the starter. Houndoom, Flareon, Magmortar, which is an okay team. And I like Flint more than Sydney, personality-wise. Sydney's kind of weird. What's your team, dude? What's your team? You've got a few different teams. I don't know which one I care to go with. I think we're gonna go with your Emerald team. Mightyena, Shiftry, Cacturne, Crawdaunt, and Absol. Gen 3's a really weird one for me, because I like a lot of the super early Pokemon that you get. Like, I really like Linoone, and I really like Mightyena, which isn't usually the case. Usually I'm not a huge fan of, like, the Route 1 Pokemon that you find, but I'm a big fan of both in this game. Cacturne's cool, Crawdaunt's cool, Absol's absolutely very cool. Flint is at least, like, involved in the story, though. Like, he shows up a bunch. You actually, like, you fight with Flint. Isn't that's what happens in Platinum when you get to the, like, resort area or whatever it's called? The first thing you do is, like, you fight Barry and somebody with Flint, or, like, you fight against Flint and somebody? I don't know. Flint's there. he does something. You fight with him at some point. I know that. I don't like either of them. I'm gonna pick Flint. Sure. Sorry, Sydney. And our final first round matchup, Grimsley versus Kahili. Grimsley, Dark type, Gen 5, and Kahili is Flying type Gen 7, I believe. We're gonna start with Kahili because I accidentally scrolled to her instead of Grimsley. Uh-oh, Grimsley. I saw a certain Pokemon that I didn't realize she had. Skarmory, Mandibuzz, Oricorio, Toucannon, and last but certainly not least, she got a Crobat? Uh-oh, Grimsley. Oh, he's got so many different teams again. Honchkrow, Scrafty, Crocodile, Tyranitar, Houndoom, Bisharp. Okay, listen, I love Dark types, but I love Crobat. And she's also got, like, other cool Pokemon too. Like, Skarmory's cool. I like Toucannon. I like Mandibuzz. I don't actually know anything about Oricorio, so I can't say one way or the other. Also, she's a golfer. I gotta pick Kahili. She's a golfer. As a fellow golfer, I must support the golfer lady, even if she just sort of appears. But that's not really, I guess, a point against her. It's only a point of note because most of the other Elite Four members in Sun and Moon are people you've seen before, and then she just sort of shows up, so it's sort of, who the heck are you? But with most of the games, that's the case. You don't know who they are until you literally just go up and fight them. On to round 2. Lance versus Malva. I don't even need to really look up Lance's team. I dinged him in the champion bracket for having illegal Dragonites. However, he is not an Elite Four member in Gen 2. He's an Elite Four member in Gen 1. So I'm gonna consider his Gen 1 team. And on that team, he does not have cheated illegal Dragonite. He has a completely legal Dragonite. Gyarados, Double Dragonite, Aerodactyl, and Kingdra. Against Malva's team, which I don't remember what her team was. Lance wins. Lucian versus Phoebe. This is kind of a tricky one, I'm pretty sure, because Lucian's got a great team. You know what? We're gonna, like I said, this was before I made my rule change to consider the most viable team. So we're gonna go with their best teams. Her big, strong, scary team. Bannet, Mismagius, Drifblim, Chandelure, Dusknoir, Sableye. Lucian, what's your best team? Mr. Mime, Espeon, Bronzong, Alakazam, Slowbro, Gallade. I'm gonna pick Phoebe. She's gonna disappear into the void, into the ghosty void. What a team, dude. What an actual mammoth team that she's rocking. Karen versus Drake. I like Drake's team more. And he's cool sailor man. Cool weathered sailor man with big jacket. We like Drake. Sorry, Karen. Next, Shoutout versus Lorelei. I don't know how you're gonna fare, Lorelei. What's your team? Dugong, Jinx, Cloyster, Slowbro, Alolan Sandslash, and Lapras. Jinx, I don't like. Cloyster, I don't like. Slowbro, I'm indifferent. Alolan Sandslash, kinda cool. Shoutout, however. What's your team again, Shoutout? Oh, that's right, your team's kinda sick. I'm gonna pick Shoutout. Lorelei's cool, don't get me wrong, but I just like Shoutout. Agatha versus Glacia. Let's take a look at what you have going on, Agatha. What's your team looking like? Well, this team makes you almost feel more like a poison type trainer, but I'm still gonna pick it. Gengar, Arbok, Misdreavus, and a Crobat. And Agatha's, I think she's got, doesn't she have like some interesting-ish? I don't know if it is necessarily interesting, but she's got some sort of backstory because she's old lady. She old lady, right? Oak old man. So they like grew up together battling and stuff. Maybe I'm making that up. I'm pretty sure that's like a thing though. I like Misdreavus. Obviously I like Crobat. Gengar's just a cool Pokemon. I'm gonna pick Agatha because I like her team more. And I like ghost types more, just overall. This is an unfortunate early matchup. Caitlyn versus Acerola. This could have at least been like a Final Four dealio. I think I'm gonna give it to Acerola. She has more like personality than Caitlyn does. Caitlyn, she shows up in an earlier game, right? But she's just sort of a lady. She's like part of like the battle parlor or something. I don't know what it's called. She's not like the Frontier Brain or whatever, I'm pretty sure. She's like an assistant to the Frontier Brain. Or maybe, oh, she might be part of like a double battle one. So maybe you do fight her. But I just love Acerola. I love the purple. Purple is just a good color. Purple is a great color. Bruno versus Flint. This is so, just such a joke. Flint, listen, you're okay. Gen 4 is, the Elite Four just doesn't really do it for me. Their Elite Four isn't so great, which is why I'm pretty sure none of them are left. I'm pretty sure they've all lost at this point, right? Yeah, they've all lost at this point. Bruno's cool. Bruno's, he's besides Lance, actually, he's the only person, oh, I guess Lance isn't even technically an Elite Four member, but he's better than that. He's a champion. But Bruno is the only character here to be an Elite Four member. Well, I guess Black and White 2 is kind of an exception, but Bruno's is across two like completely different games and technically two different regions. Actually, he's an Elite Four member for even more than that, because he's an Elite Four member in Let's Go. But also, they're all back in Let's Go? I don't know. The timeline's weird. I don't understand the timeline. Maybe it's a different, because I don't know. The timeline splits and stuff. Who knows? Who knows? But Bruno's a staple of the Elite Four. Even if I don't think his team's super amazing, I'm gonna pick him over Flint. Kahili versus Koga. Oh, actually, I'm just realizing. Koga's team, Skuntank, Venomoth, Toxicroak, Muck, Crobat, and a Swalot. And Kahili also had a Crobat. I do like poison types. And I do like Koga, but I do like Kahili's team more. And Kahili's a golfer. Some of these matchups are tougher than I was thinking they'd be this early on. I'm gonna go with Kahili because she's a golfer lady and I like her team more. And either way, a Crobat gets to move on, so that's a win in my book. Maybe I should have thought out the buys a little more because most of them are losing. Well, not most of them, half of them are losing. Into the quarters. Lance versus Phoebe is going to be Phoebe because I like her team and her design more. Oris rematch team, absolutely star-studded. So many Pokemon that I love. And I think Phoebe's just a cool design for a character. Lance, he's cool like the first time, but you kind of just get, at least I do. I'm just kind of over it after he shows up more and more and more. It would have been kind of wild if Phoebe just sort of like showed up in Alola. She fits like the Hawaiian theme obviously like super well. Does she? Maybe she does. Nope, she does not. That's a missed opportunity on their part, I guess. Drake versus Shoutout. This is tough. I like both of their teams a lot. I think I like Drake's team more, but it's close. And I do be simping for Shoutout. I think I'm gonna pick Shoutout. I think I'm gonna pick Shoutout. I do like Drake, but I just like ghost types, dude. There's gonna be like 3 Ghost type Elite Four members in the final 4 because either way here, you know what? Let's make it official. I'm gonna pick Acerola over Agatha. It's not even close. It's not even close. I would have picked Caitlyn over Agatha. So we got 3 Ghost type Elite Four members in the final 4 who will be joined by either Bruno or Kahili. I'm gonna pick Kahili. Excuse me? I said I'm going to pick Kahili because she has a Crobat. I like her team more. She's a golfer. Those are the 3 reasons why. Bruno has longevity in his favor, but I don't like his team, and he's not a golfer. Therefore, Kahili gets to go to the final 4. Oh boy, this is taking a long time, but here we are, the final 4. Phoebe, Chantal, Acerola, and Kahili. Let's start with Phoebe versus Chantal, which I think I'm leaning Phoebe right now because I like Phoebe's team more than Chantal's team. Obviously, I do quite like Chantal, but I also like Phoebe, and I just like her team more. Phoebe's just got a cooler team, and it's just such she's just got a very interesting aesthetic for a Ghost type trainer. She just doesn't feel very like Ghost type trainer, but I also kind of like that she doesn't feel like Ghost type trainer-y. Whereas Chantal, like, you look at her, she's a writer, right? A spooky ghost story lady. Acerola versus Kahili, interestingly enough, 2 Gen 7s. For a gen that I don't actually like all too much, interesting that we've got 2 Gen 7s in the final 4. It's gonna be Acerola. If you couldn't guess. Even though Kahili's got a Crobat, I just love Acerola. She's so adorable, and she's got such a cool team. I'm just gonna pick Acerola. But will Acerola beat Phoebe? That's the question. Will Acerola beat Phoebe? Dude, this is a tough one, because I like Phoebe's team more than Acerola. Her team is just goated. It's such a good team. Her actual, like, final team in the remakes is insane. The only thing that could have made her final team better is if, I don't know, replace Drifblim with a Frostlass, and you've done it. You've got an impenetrably good team. But I get why they didn't, because Glacia has a Frostlass. Acerola, I just love her design. I think she's super adorable, and she does have a good team, but it's not as good, in my opinion. I love her Frostlass. She's also got a Drifblim. She's also got a Sableye. I like Sandcastle Pokemon and Anchor Pokemon. They're kind of cool too. Okay. I think this is gonna be the deciding factor. I honestly don't even remember fighting Acerola, whereas Phoebe, for whatever reason, I have a lot of memories of the Gen 3 Elite Four. I don't know why Gen 3 specifically. Maybe it was just I was just at a time in my childhood where those sort of things just sort of stuck more. For whatever reason, I just have a lot of Gen 3 memories. And I remember fighting Phoebe. Believe me, I remember fighting Phoebe. And I remember having issues with her too. Which I think is going to be why I'm gonna pick Phoebe over Acerola. Phoebe wins. Phoebe wins the Elite Four bracket. Can you tell I like ghost types? Well, there we have it. That is the Elite Four bracket taken care of. And this is one I feel like there's gonna be a lot of very different opinions on. So if you haven't already, go check out Josh and Yeti, who are, like I said, doing these as well. But with that being said, thank you for watching. I'm gonna go watch the Genshin 2.6 live stream now. I'll see you in the next bracket.